What is up, guys? It's Sunday. We had our third pit bike race yesterday. If you guys didn't check that out, you really might enjoy it. So go back and watch that if you didn't. If you want to. If you're only here for the truck stuff, then by all means, this is gonna be your video. It's hot already. Alright, so I got shop picked up a little bit, best I can do for now. I did get some more Amazon stuff. You already know I had to get the Amazon sponsorship, even though they kind of been sucking for me here lately. It's been 2 times in a row now. Well, I guess this would break the streak. I ordered feeler gauges a couple weeks ago on a Sunday night, and it said 1-day delivery. So it said Monday, but you already know if you order it Sunday night, it's supposed to come in Tuesday. Didn't come all week, and then that Saturday it said, okay, through the week it said it was out for delivery, said it would be delivered here, it was 10 stops away, and then it was gone. Then they lost it. Then it shows up in Texas, and then they give me a refund, and I never got my shit. So I'm like, what the hell? Well, I ordered some wire looming so we can get the wiring finished up. Had a sick 3-pack, 3 different sizes, 50-foot rolls a piece for like 20 bucks. So I was like, well, I need that. So I ordered that, 1-day shipping. Should have been here Tuesday. It was out for delivery, and then the next tracking thing was in like frickin' North Carolina, which is miles away from here. And they said, we're sorry, it's running late, blah, 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 no update. And then they issued us a refund. I'm like, I don't want my money back, I want my shit. It's out for delivery. How does it get out for delivery and then lost and then 3 states away the next day, 2 times in a row? I don't understand. So Amazon is really wearing me out right now. If y'all are seeing this, y'all need to get it together. But I ordered intake. Oh, that's a big old chungus. Damn. That is a big ass filter, boys. Holy smokes. What the fuck? Look at this filter. Why is it so big? That's what she said. Why is it so big? Alright, right out of the hood. Just like that. We might use these, we might not. Like I said, it's built for a 99 to 06, and we do not have that. And I couldn't find just a regular old pipe on Amazon. The reason I choose Amazon over eBay is because I need the stuff quick. So, which, as I just explained, they haven't been so quick lately, but they got this here, and this is one of the more important things I need. I can get wire looming here local. I just wanted cheaper looming. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna put the power steering pump / alternator bracket, whatever you want to call that, I'm gonna put that on and put the alternator on. That way we can be charging, so we're not completely stressing this battery out. If we do get it to fire up and run decent, we're gonna need the alternator. I'd rather have that on there now. After learning what we learned the other night, we were really stressing the battery out. So gonna get that on, try to find the bolts for that. And then I've got 3 coil packs I'm gonna switch out for coil packs off of this motor, because I know this motor ran, I drove it here. I think I've fudged up the coil packs that are bad on this one. I think they're bad because if y'all remember me cleaning these with that Goo Gone stuff, I think that's what messed them up. I think it got some like in it or down inside here or something, I don't know. But with that many of them that were ruined, I think I ruined them when I tried to clean them. So we'll see, but we'll get that accessory bracket on there. get that bolted up, get the coil pack switched out, get the spark plugs cleaned up, and try to fire it up again and see what happens. So I had to spend a minute trying to find bolts, but I'm pretty sure these are the right ones. I kind of thought they were head bolts at first, but I'm pretty sure they're the right ones. These I really think are head bolts, but they the threads run out right at the back of this threaded part, so should work. One thing though, whatever bolted up to this is missing. And I know the 95 stuff we unbolted, and it went with the V6 that came out of the 95. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, dude, I don't have this fitting anywhere. So I was looking around and I looked at the other pump. This one came off of the white one, and it actually, I only didn't use it at first because it's a little dirtier. That truck had the front main seal was kind of leaky, but looking at the back of the power steering pump, it looks pretty good. I mean, you can tell it wasn't leaking around the fittings or anything. So I was looking at this one, and I see that we left this on here, which from my research I've seen that this threads right into a 95's steering rack. The only thing that sucks about that is I can't like take this fitting off because it's crimped on, and if I unscrew this here, I could just screw it into the back of this one. But the trick is, now that it's all the way in there, it's like impossible to get to without taking this whole thing back off. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, well, if I'm gonna take it off, I might as well just use this pump, because this pump has a bunch of crap on the back of it, and I think this pump was leaking. So I should have just cleaned this one up and went with it to begin with, which I don't know why I didn't. Another decision I'm trying to make is if I want to keep this style of cooler, which was on the newer truck, or if I want to use the 95, they cooled it like this and ran it, and it's like coiled in the frame right here and then comes back, and that's what goes to the pump. So I'm trying to decide if I want to just keep that and not have to mess with that, or if I should just switch it over. I don't know. I don't see how that could be much more efficient than this. It seems like about the same deal. So long story short, I need to go to AutoZone and get more brake cleaner, because we burnt a can up trying to start it the other, can and a half trying to start it the other night, and then we burnt some more up trying to clean some stuff on the pit bike. So I need to go get some brake cleaner, and then trying to make sure I'm not missing anything else. I'll probably get some B12, so if the coil packs doesn't immediately fix our problem, I think that residual bit of old gas that was still going through the injectors might have pumped the injectors full of crap again. So I'm gonna probably get a can of B12 and try to pulse the injectors and clean them a little bit. We'll see. So gotta make a parts run. Be right back. We got the other pump put on, and if any of y'all were wondering, the line that comes off of a, well, this was a 99 truck, but I assume like the 99 to 02s are probably similar, because I think 02 was a line where they changed some things, not everything. But anyways, the line that come off of that on the high pressure side threaded right in to the OBS steering rack. So it's the same fitting. You don't have to change that line or anything. It works. So if any of y'all were wondering that, now you know. We got our belt slid on. Took us a minute to figure out how it was supposed to be done, but after trial and error, there's only so many combinations, and it worked out. So what we're gonna do, we got the John cleaned the plugs off, put them all in, put the wires in. We changed out our 3 bad coil packs that we suspect to be bad. We're gonna pump some more gas through, and then I'm gonna put the treatment in and a couple fresh gallons of 87. So between all that, we should level out pretty close to or above 91 octane, which is what we need. And yeah, that was probably a big part of the problem too. So other than that, we've looked over everything. We've got the same vacuum set up, and then we'll also put the intake on, so we're getting a proper MAF reading. And between that combination of things, I think we will satisfy the LS computer a little bit more. And I got a different battery terminal bolt, so these aren't loose anymore. Now they're tight. So we will have proper voltage. And John's tuner assured us that LSs are very picky with voltage, so that was probably part of our issue in getting a consistent startup. And then sometimes it wouldn't start, and then sometimes it would, but it'd run like crap. So yeah, so that part of, so we've done a lot to try to make sure everything's a little bit happier and can work together better this time. So I'm gonna get the battery charger hooked up so we can keep the battery going, and then we're gonna pump some gas through, put some fresh gas in it and some of that mix, and then jig the intake on there right quick and see if we can get another start. We opened, John is a bright noodle and has done this enough times to put an open line right here, this bad boy. And then we made the fuel pump constant, so it would just pump, and it spewed out some more of that nasty crap. And then it got pretty decent to where it smelled like strong gas. So we turned it back off, put the octane booster in it, and then put probably 3-4 gallons of good 87 in it. So should do it. We got the intake mounted up very custom like for now. I forgot that this is for 99 to 06, and I forgot that those trucks, the intake goes this way, and as you can see, there would be nothing in the way if it went that way. To go this way, I'm gonna have to get a longer 90 so it comes out past the alternator, which I have no idea what I'm gonna do yet for sure.
Pretty sure they have like custom ones.
Yeah, I might just do the snout thing like you're doing, just put something right there for now and do a better solution later. So without further ado, let's twist the key and see what happens.
I think I'm gonna have to hold the throttle again.
Probably. I mean, judging how much those fuel rails hold,
yeah,
there's probably still some of that poopy stuff in the rails.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wonder, do you think it's worth it to take the rails back off and dump? Nah, it should pump through.
I don't know. You gotta remember, these rails you were able to drive home.
That's true.
I don't think it'd be as bad as the other one.
That's very true. Okay, all right, well, the fuse is in, right?
No. Fuse is in.
Primed.
Right.
Sounds good.
Need to turn over, I think. That sounds like it jumped a lot faster.
Yeah, it kind of
make sure all the plugs are good.
Kind of sounds like we're down a couple holes still. And it was shaking pretty good too.
Oh, that one just clicked in a little bit. That one clicked in.
Okay, maybe I didn't have these boots pushed.
Yeah, the OEMs, you have to mash them in. So the past two, let's see.
Oh,
6,
yep,
8,
that last one wasn't in. 7 wasn't in. It snapped. Okay.
These are all good over here now. And the coils should have they won't have a clank, but if you can pull them out and they sound like airtight, you should be good.
Okay. Oh. Not that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Just had a little dust on it or something.
This one's has some
Yucky.
let me grab one of mine.
Yucky.
That may be why this blue.
All right, let's fuses in.
Yes.
Okay. That's low voltage. All right, so we were getting the clicking from the starter, and we were like, okay, so battery still had some okay voltage, and we were like, okay, maybe we finish the starter off. Well, the terminal from the power lead that goes to the starter decided to quit. It was done with this shit.
Yeah.
So I just so happened, from my audio box that I have from years ago, I just so happened to have some 2 gauge, or well, this is 4 gauge, but I had it with terminals already on both ends, and it's a little long, but it's just enough for us to yeah. So we put the juice back on it.
Tasting the juice.
We got, oh yeah, oh, so we're checking spark now.
Yeah, we're checking spark now.
And then we also, in all that investigation, found out that my battery to frame ground was just a little loose.
Do you want to try starting it?
I mean, we could.
I zeroed that out too.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. If we get the same result, then we'll just check ignition.
I like it.
Let us see. Let us see.
Fuse is in.
Why are we backfiring so hard?
That's a good question. Spark? Or are we rich?
That seems like some hard backfires.
Smell like rich? Smell food style fuel? I can't
It
tell.
smells rich.
Does it?
It does.
Gotta be spark.
All right, so let's undo the fuel relay.
Try
That's
it
weird.
again.
Did you hear how it kind of like chugged that one
Yeah,
rotation?
it's like it sucked something in it.
Fuel's not hooked up right now. Fuel's not hooked up, and it's... How is there that much in the hole?
I'm gonna spray some starting in there. With that, I think. I don't know what to think.
We definitely did a lot more today, and we're not seeing as much result.
Yeah, I don't get that. Try again.
I probably wouldn't spray that live.
No, I think that's enough.
The flame is going to come back to your hand if you...
Fish session. You kill it?
No, I let go of it. It was running on its
zeroed
own.
it out. I let off the throttle. I think it's dirty gas still. Just keep doing that until it cleans out. It shot the map sensor out.
I'm gonna as soon as it's running, the map sensor's out.
It shot out, it ran better. Maybe we need some more air. So if I unplug PVC to the crankcase, try that now. Let's see what that does.
No fuel.
Nothing.
No fuel. Did we pop that fuse?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because remember we popped it the other night, and we did pop it. So
Backfire popped it. But how?
it might be. Hey, it might have actually started to run, and when it runs, it blows that fuse.
This fuse may not be big enough.
It's too small. Kick off and run. Enough systems came on that it killed that.
I'm not
fuse.
super smart on all that. I may have to do some research.
I mean, we did something right there.
I gotta find the match.
And it actually kind of ran half-ass.
I panicked and let off, but I may have, even while letting off, it may have blown at the same time.
I'll find it.
Took a dookie.
I put that big.
I saw it go.
I put that big fat intake in the way. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, when you have any chance at having old fuel in a system, drain that shit out before you pump it through the injector rails, because man.
If your gas looks like pee, it's definitely bad.
Or if it looks like cranberry juice, it's probably not okay.
Probably not very good.
Because we're spending all this time working through that sticky gas.
I bet you we're cleaning it out right now. This stuff will clean it up. That's what I use on mine. It'll eat it out. That octane you have in that should do it too.
Yeah, we just got to get it through.
We're getting there. Let's do it with some unmetered air real quick.
Alright guys, so we did some investigations, and I think we got another good lead. It sucks, man. LSs are so simple and so easy. A little bit of bad gas, and so anyways, we got spark on every hole. A nice purple, deep, thick, fat, zapping, taser sounding spark on every single cylinder now. So we have spark. We tested that it was sparking in sequence. It is. The plugs we pulled out, and John cleaned all these earlier. I wouldn't say they're fouled out, but they're pretty nasty. And all but, remember the 3 that were clean? Well, they're not exactly clean now. They got fuel on them. So I think that we have still a pretty poopy mixture of fuel. And if any of you guys have played with these, I don't remember if I mentioned it earlier, if you guys have been keeping up with the whole build, but the fuel rails, these things hold like 1.5 gallons of fuel in them somehow, magically. I mean, you can dump it over and it just keeps pouring fuel like forever. So I think when we pumped and got clean gas through here, that only pulls through the feed and pulls it straight through here. That leaves all that old stuff still in the rails, still in the injectors. So we took all the plugs out. We had a couple wet plugs, and a couple of them had like some gunk on them. So I think we're still playing with that dirty gas, because he sprayed some B12 down it, and it tried to start. It did start, and he let go of it and it died, and then we never could get it started back up. So pulled the plugs out. I'm gonna clean them again, and then probably Wednesday I'm going to pull the fuel rails off, dump all the gas out of them, and then with my spare harness that I have, I've already stolen some things off of it, so it's not a good harness anymore. I'm gonna steal an injector clip and make it so that I can purge like, I'm basically gonna make a plug and play injector pulser, however you want to say it. I'm basically gonna take one of these clips and just have a positive and negative and touch it to like a DeWalt battery or something, and that will activate the injector. So what I'm gonna do is pull the fuel rails out, dump all the old stuff out of them, and then take each injector and put B12 through it and pulse it, and that's how people clean them. They just have a machine that does it. I'll just be doing it by hand with a DeWalt battery, and make sure that the injectors are clean, and also by doing that I'll be able to see if each injector is misting as it should. Now, as far as previous history of these injectors, that motor, they came off of that motor, and I drove that truck here and it didn't have a check engine light. It started right up first try. It didn't have a misfire. It drove perfectly smooth. So I think we just have such poopy gas still in the rails and in the injectors that we're not getting a good clean mist and getting good proper combustion. So that's what we're gonna go on. It sucks. I'm kind of getting disappointed that, man, we've spent about 4 or 5 hours now straight turning it over, trying something, turning it over, trying something, and it sucks. It sucks, but we got to keep going. Got to fight through it. We're running low on time. We got like 2 weeks now, but we don't have any more pit bike races. I did that on purpose. No more pit bike races until after the show, after we get the truck going. But yeah, enough of that sorry shit. I did get, I went over to the neighbors and got the other hood, which has a few less hell dings. I'm gonna look them both over, but they might be close to about the same amount of dings. It's whichever one has shallower dings will be the one that I decide to work on. And then what did I do with the fender? I'll put it over there. Stone is coming Wednesday, as far as we know right now, to start on the wrap. So I went and got this fender also, which our passenger side fender is smashed in right here. So all I got to do is pull this little crease out, do a little bit of filler on it, get this edge back straight, and we'll be good to go on that one. So that'll get us a couple panels. I think we're gonna have Stone get started on the bed, and on if I can get that fender straight, we'll have him start on that fender. Almost every panel has a couple dings or something, and I want to pull them and do a little bit of filler putty on them to get them smooth before we wrap it. But we got the wrap coming this week. We'll get back on the motor Wednesday. I do need to fix this ignition wire. I think James got the wrong one tapped. It's the ignition, yeah, it's constant, which it's hard to find diagrams for that section of the harness. It's really weird. So need to get that fixed, because what happens when we have this, even without this fuse in, since it's constant on that end, it was backfeeding through the harness, and our main relay is like scalding hot from being on for like however long straight, because it's on constant. So I need to get that straightened out. Who knows, that might be part of our problem. This fan feels so good. But yeah, that's it. I'm kind of rambling, guys. I'm a little wore out. Yesterday wore me out, and then it was hot today. Thanks again to John for coming by. I didn't get to go over his car, but I'll do a separate video just going over his car. And you guys really need to check out his channel, because he's got a lot of knowledge on his channel about not necessarily LS swaps, but a lot of other, like he does everything. So his front end he redid, he covers that. A lot of his interior work he's been doing. He streams Modern Warfare, if you guys are into that. He also soon, we're gonna put a Ford 8.8 rear end in it, and since he's been helping me out on this, I'm gonna help him out on that. So I'll drop the link to his channel again in this video. If you guys didn't in the last one, check his channel out, throw him a sub, and check some of his videos out, because he's a cool dude, and definitely has helped us out quite a bit. So other than that, that's about it. Sorry we can't get it started. I know you guys want to hear it run. I want to hear it idle and just sit there and chop, but just not quite there yet. So until next time, peace out. See you later.